I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks, and today we are making the happy shawl. Now, there's two things about this shawl. Yes, the yarn is called Happy, the shade of the yarn is called Happy. It's an Emotions yarn, double knitting from James C. Brett. I love this yarn, it's really, really nice to work with, and the colours are amazing. And certainly this Happy colour shade is fabulous. And the second thing about this shawl is that a while ago I was asked to make a shawl from one ball of yarn. Now this ball of yarn is 150 grams. So that means we have a few more meters in it than our normal balls of yarn, which are only 100 grams. So this way, this is giving me the opportunity to make a bigger item with just the one ball. The one ball you can use for the body of the shawl will give you a shawl that is perfectly large enough to use and that is perfectly alright on its own. So you can make this shawl with just the one ball and just have the body of the shawl.
You could use a second ball of yarn to add tassels to this shawl, but I think that this size shawl is perfect for the in-between seasons.
So what do you need for this shawl? Like I said, James C. Brett Emotions double knitting yarn. This is one ball of 150 grams. It gives you 435 meters or 474 yards. It's 100% acrylic and it is prescribed for a 4mm hook. And yes, indeed, here this one is called Happy. We have lots of other emotions in stock as well, so please go and have a look at them and see which one you fancy. And yes, this is prescribed for a 4mm hook, but to be able to make a bigger item with looser stitches but still not lose the stitch definition and still have a nice looking item, nice looking shawl, I am going to use a 5mm hook. So let's get started. So for the tutorial I am going to use a plain coloured yarn with my 5mm hook, so you can see what the effect is when you use it for DK. And we're going to get started with row 1, of course. So you're going to make your slip knot. So make it whichever way you usually make it. Insert your hook and we're going to chain 1. So just yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Now this is going to be the base for our row 1 to place our stitches in, and now we're going to get started with chaining 8. We're going to start every row by chaining 8. So we're going to get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Then into that very first stitch that we did, we're going to place our first stitch. So this one is going to be a double crochet. So you yarn over and make sure you keep everything reasonably tight here, otherwise you're going to get an opening there. Go into that chain 1, bring back your working yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so this, like so, is going to be your side, or we're making the tip now. And now we're going to finish the row exactly the same way as we're going to be finishing every row. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to do a double treble into that base chain here that we had created. A double treble is 1, 2, 3 yarn overs. Then you go into that chain, you bring back your yarn, you pull up a loop, you yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this, now if we just tighten this one here, as you can see, if I put it down like so, this is the tip of our shawl. And that was row 1. So now for row 2, we're going to get started. As I said here, we will start each row with a chain 8, so that's what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You turn and you're going to place the first double crochet in the location where this chain 8 is coming out of. I'm calling this the junction, but obviously, you'll be calling it something else in your head, I'm sure. Now, when you look at this junction location, you will see there's an obvious hole here. And yes, of course, you can use this one, but in my opinion, look, this expands and it doesn't make for a nice looking stitch. So what I do is I yarn over and I go into this location here. So I pick up 3 strands, and this way it doesn't expand that much. There we go, see? And then once it has calmed down your stitches, it will be a much better look than a big hole there, right? So that's what we are going to do. Now, for the repeat that we are going to create for the body of the shawl, of course, we are going to be chaining 2, 1, 2. You skip here 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch you're going to place, which is on top of the double crochet, and again I'm not going to go into this hole here. I am going to try and go into this one here just so that it doesn't expand. You're going to place a double crochet, chain 1 and a double crochet, so a V. Voila. Okay, then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, skip 3 stitches, 1, 2 and 3, and in the 4th one here you yarn over and pick up enough strands so it doesn't expand, so 2 strands. You're going to pick up in the 4th one and you're going to place a double crochet there. Then we're going to chain 3, so we end the same way as what we ended in row 1, 1, 2 and 3. Then you yarn over 3 times for a double treble, and we place that in the same location as where we placed our double crochet. And we make our double treble there. Voila. And as you can see now, this indeed is becoming a triangle, and we have a straight top. Row 3. Let's start the same way as we are going to be starting each time. Chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You turn, you find the junction, and you do your double crochet in there. Voila, that's row 3 started. Now, you're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th one, this is a double crochet here, so that means you're going to place a V on top of it. So once again, into that lower position, into the body of that double crochet, and we are going to place a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in there. Then 1, 2, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, into the 4th one here, but of course this is a chain space, so we're going to just go around the chain space. You place a double crochet, 1, 2 stitches, skip to the next double crochet, and on top of a double crochet you're going to put a V. And it is really simple, to be honest, because you will be putting V's on top of double crochets and double crochets on top of V's. Do you see it? Then at the end of the row here. We're going to 1, 2. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and work in the 4th for our double crochet for our last one. This one is always a little bit harder to get into. Let's see if I am in the right place. So you need to really tip the work towards you. 1, 2, 3. It's this one here that I have to go into. Voila. There we go. And now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over 3 times and go into the same location for ending your row. Voila, there we go. And it's as simple as this, okay? So we're going to continue like this. Chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You turn. Then you place a double crochet in the junction. Might as well call it that. 1, 2 chains. Here we have a double crochet. So that means we're going to be placing a V there. Voila. 1, 2. We have a V here. So that means we're going to do a double crochet. 1, 2. Double crochet, so that means we have to place a V. Sometimes it's a bit more difficult to get into that lower position, but do try. 1, 2, a double crochet in the V. 1, 2, a V on top of the double crochet. 1, 2. Here you have to skip 3 and a double crochet in the 4th. Where is it? Aha, here. Voila. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 into that same location. 1, 2, 3 and 4 times to finish that double treble. And there we go. And this is how you are going to keep on going. You will see that you have nice straight edges here. And this top here is becoming wider and wider. And of course, that's going to be creating your triangle shape. So I am just doing my last stitches here. And as you can see, this is all I have left over. And I have to say, it's been a great thing making this shawl. I really enjoyed using this yarn and the colour changes of this happy one. And yes, I mean, the shawl is a reasonable size. It's big enough to be able to wear comfortably, you know. So with just the one ball of 150 grams of emotions, this one was the happy one, I have been able to make a really nice shawl. So yes, 43 rows I was able to do, and I have this much left over, which clearly isn't enough for another row. So in the big shawl I worked until I had 43 rows. And I really love the simplicity of how this worked, and of course with the color changes that happen in these emotions balls, it made me so happy because this shawl was just looking so stunning even when I was making it.
My shawl is 215 centimeters wide, or that's 84 inches, and from shoulder to tip it is 62 centimeters or 24 inches. And of course my shawl weighs 150 grams. I hope you like this idea of making a shawl out of just one ball of yarn, and I hope, of course, that you will try it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!